Salesforce. And for those not familiar with Salesforce, this is what it looks like. And we're in the Messente for Salesforce app. And you can see you're able to report on all of the data using standard Salesforce dashboards and reports. And the configuration for the app is really easy. You enter your API username and password here. You can get from the Messente dashboard and you're ready to get sending. The biggest difference between WhatsApp and SMS, as I think we'll discuss in a bit, is the templates. And what we've done and the way we manage this is we actually have a variant of the template stored in Salesforce as Salesforce records. So you can see here we've got our Groundwork demo template. We have a number of template components underneath it, which are our header, our footer, our body, and things like that, and our buttons. And we also have a target object, which is here the contact object, which is where we're going to populate our data from. So we can pull data straight from Salesforce records across. You can see here as well that I've got a component parameter. So here I'm going to get the first name from the contact for displaying, and we'll see that come through later. So we set that template up quite nice and simply to allow us to pull the data that we need through from the record we're working with. Now, if I go in here and have a look at my contact records, it's just a dummy record. It's a standard Salesforce contact. And what I've got here is a pick list that I'm going to be using, which is our onboarding status. And this onboarding status pick list is similar to the pick list that our customer are using for managing the status of their team going through this process. We can see here on the right, I've got a list of all the messages that have been sent while I was working through it, and we have our component for sending them on the top as well. So I'm going to mark this now as documentation completed and just update the record using the path component, and that's going to fire off. And in the background, that's going to send me a WhatsApp message that will come through for me to work with. So that's just calling a record trigger flow. It's not doing anything too crazy, very standard Salesforce. As you can see here, I'm just highlighting as well. We also have the ability to send messages directly from the record should we want to. So if we refresh the page, you can see that the record's all updated, and we can go down and we can view all of the messages to see that there's one at the bottom that was made yesterday afternoon at 2:13. So that was the one you can see, and you can see in the top right-hand corner of the screen, in fact, the timer, the clock, to see that it matches up to the time there. So if we switch over now to my phone, we can see the messages come through, and you can see here that it's got pull and pull, so it's using that first name variable on both the body and on the header as well to bring that information through. And we've got links, we've got phone numbers in there that you can press and view. And it's nice and quick and easy for you to get that data. So it's simple, it's effective, and the data is coming direct from Salesforce and populating there. Now, if we open up this message record as well that we've had stored, we also log all the message information in Salesforce, so you can go back and see what was sent. So you can see here that it's populated the field values on the header and on the body as well that we've used to send. We can also use that in our fallback sending as well. You can see it's attached it to the contact. We don't have any errors because this has worked. We also do have delivery tracking. We haven't got that turned on in this demo, but we can see the status as we go through. So let's just hop over and have a quick look at the flow that's running this. It's a very simple record trigger flow in Salesforce. For those familiar with Salesforce, this is very, very simple. We just check to see that the status has moved to documentation completed, which is one of our pick list values that we saw. And when that happens, we're just going to go down our asynchronous path because we're making a call out to Messente, and we're going to use our send WhatsApp message Apex action. And this is just one of the actions that we have in the Messente for Salesforce package. You can simply add that by going here, finding the Messente list at the bottom, clicking on that, and you can see we have WhatsApp, Viber, and SMS message sending options for you. So you can just drag one of those over if you wish, but just to show you the kind of simple configuration, we choose the phone number, we choose our record ID, which is where we're going to get the information from. We put in our template ID. Here it's hard-coded, but in reality, you'd pass it through based upon different statuses. We can link it to a specific contact record, which is what we've done on the contact ID. And we've also got our sender ID there, which is from our Messente dashboard. So that's how easy it is, 4 or 5 fields, and we're sending the record as we want. That's all the config that's needed for us to be able to send that quickly and easily. And if you, instead of using Flow, wanted to use Apex, we also have a full Apex API as well. So that's pretty much end-to-end how you can create, send, and integrate WhatsApp messaging to your existing setup and see all of the information come back into Salesforce, be stored against your contact, and also be pulling out contact data.